Hello, everyone. Welcome to CTN's Game of the Week. I'm Pete Hoyer along with Kevin Bryant. We got another great matchup tonight for you. We got Pioneer and Saline visiting. No Drew Lauder for the Pioneers, Kevin.
It's going to be tough.
Yeah, what are they going to do to break that vaunted Saline defense?
Well, the Saline defense, we know that they can hold people under 10 points for a half. And then you take away Pioneer's number one scorer for Coach Marion. It's an uphill battle even before tip-off. So we're going to get a chance to see, though, Coach Marion's new guy, Kasim Pryor. 6'7", should be able to make a difference if they can get the ball inside. That could be the key to unlock that Saline Hornet defense, Pete.
Well, we're going to take a quick break and be back and see what we can see for this matchup tonight right here on CTN Sports. And welcome to the CTN Sports Game of the Week. I'm Pete Hoyer along with Kevin Bryant. The Saline Hornets are visiting the Pioneers. We are just about to get underway. How you doing, Kevin?
I'm doing great. I can't wait to see who breaks 10 first. That's the guy or the team that I'm going to put my marker on.
Our previous game of the week, it was a low-scoring affair with Saline and Huron. We shall see if that is how it plays out tonight here on the Pioneers' home floor. Saline with that great defense, limiting the Huron team to 32 points. They came away with that win 32-30, but it was certainly low scoring there in the fourth quarter, rather, and we'll see if the Saline defense does the same thing to the Pioneers tonight, especially without their lead guard, Drew Lauder.
Yeah,
not
Drew,
on the floor.
I mean, with Drew Lauder being away, it's an interesting night for Coach Marion's team because he'll get a chance to see who's going to step up in his place. We already noticed that there's a sophomore starting Mark Van Rendegren on the squad. Maybe he's taking Drew's place, but another player I'm excited to see is going to be Kasim Pryor. He's a big junior. He's the first guy that comes off the bench. He actually, now that I look over, he's actually injured as well too, Pete. So there's two players down for the Pioneers tonight.
Well, the Hornets are in their vaunted defense. That was a run to the hoop by Van Rendegem, but was in and out no good.
Saline's coming off an exciting win against Dexter on Tuesday night. They only had 3 field goals in the first half, Pete, similar to the way they ended our last game of the week at Huron. Not scoring a lot of points, came out in the second half, and that guy right there, Arico, was one of the leaders of that second half spurt. So for Coach Fosdick, he wants to see if that kind of can translate as the team's, coming out moment. Now they're playing some good Hornet basketball. And hopefully that'll continue tonight for the Hornets.
Well, Hornets playing their usual zone defense. Pioneers going to have to find a way through that defense. There's a shot up that's short. They are trying to attack that zone. First 2 times down the floor, they have not been able to put the ball in the bucket, but certainly trying to break that zone. Although the Hornet defense pretty stubborn in staying to their defensive principles.
Yeah, one shot and done. And that's something that Pioneers really, again, you don't have Lauder, you don't have Pryor. Probably one of your top rebounders being 6'7". And so Emmett Turner is now the man in the paint, and unfortunately for the Pioneers, he's a Saline Hornet.
Oh, Hornets working their offense. There's the shot off the glass, no good. Battle for the rebound. They'll call it a jump ball. And the arrow towards the Pioneers. And down underneath the hoop, that was Brown there. You just mentioned him, fighting for the ball and was able to get that jump ball possession.
Well, this is an odd territory if you're a Pioneer. You're 3 minutes into the game and you still don't have any points. There's another turnover. This is right in the wheelhouse for the Hornets.
Now Yaklich handling there. Now move it back around on the perimeter. Yaklich loses it out of bounds, unforced turnover there. Pioneer basketball.
Yaklich, only a sophomore, very talented shooter, scorer, as well as he's the primary ball handler.
And there's another intercepted pass by the Hornets. Doing a good job on the defensive side, filling the lanes. Now Yaklich with the drive off the glass and just rolls off the rim. No good, and we have yet to see a score here. There's a three-pointer from the corner. That's short. Offensive boarded by Pioneer. Now another three-pointer from the top. And that is off, no good. Rebounded by Brown.
Well, luckily this isn't one of those gymnasiums where everybody has to stand besides the student section before one bucket, because everybody would be standing for a while at a Saline game. They just they suppress the points.
And there's a quick look there at the Pioneer student section in their Hawaiian gear tonight.
They're warming me up because it's only about 10 degrees outside, and with those Hawaiian shirts on, I want to go to a luau.
There's Yaklich with the drive again, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Saline. There's the shot up by Tirico. That is off the mark.
Tirico is coming off of a flu earlier in the week, so it'd be interesting to see how long he stays in the match, because you know that's a very dangerous virus that's been going around. So.
Well, and endurance could be an issue, too, if he's feeling a little weak. There's another three-pointer from Pioneer. And this is exactly what Saline wants Pioneer to do, have them shooting it from long range.
Yeah, they're not rotating. You don't see any movement, no plays or anything like that. And you can see Coach Marion, really, he's up, he's standing up. He understands that each possession is golden. And it's not maybe the first opportunity at the shot. He wants all five guys to go to the basket because he knows the Hornets aren't going to get out and try to, you know, transition up the court fast. They want to play a half-court style.
We are 5+ minutes into the game with no score yet.
Yeah, and it looks like I was incorrect. Here comes Kasim Pryor now at the scorers table. He's 24, this big guy. This is the guy that transferred in, and a lot of different schools were hoping that his family would move into their district. Coach Marion, he gets a phone call the day that his family comes in, and the next thing you know, he's enrolled at Pioneer. So first in wins, I guess.
Well, Pryor into the game with the first shot, and the first bucket of the game is Kasim Pryor. Gets the 2 points, and Pioneer is on the board. Nearly 6 minutes into the game.
Yeah, I guess that was a secret weapon, right? Sit him on the end of the bench, hide him from the announcers. I didn't even think he was going to be playing tonight.
Into the corner, a long three-pointer by Saline is off the mark, but we have a whistle.
I think Aiden Wright was a little bit too aggressive on his closeout, and he may have gotten a shot, a piece of the elbow. And I know you folks are wondering. I'm going to just put it out there. This is one of those games where we're not going to show any replays, okay? People are accustomed to seeing CTN replays. Listen, folks, we're working on some stuff. It's going to be bigger and better than ever. But tonight, it's just going to be a Pete Poyer replay.
This is called pay attention to the original play.
That's it, baby.
All right, Wenning hits the first free throw, misses the second. And the third one is on the way. And it is off the mark as well. Put back by Brown is off the rim. Now it's blocked. Chasing the corner. Saved by Saline, but picked up by Pryor. And he'll bring it down the floor. A three-pointer on the way from Pioneer is off. And looks like there was a shove on Pioneer.
Oh, you saw it too, huh, Pete? Yeah, we had a great view from our vantage point. You saw number 11 there for the Pioneers. I think that's Fitzgerald with the push in the back, the senior. Unfortunate because he had good position.
And there's an unforced error by Tirico. And Pioneer gets the score. Now he's trapped in the corner and a turnover for Pioneer. That quick shot by Fitzgerald is short. And Pioneer getting active on the floor. And we have a whistle. Connor Tarek picks up the foul for Saline. And his number 11 counterpart, Jack Fitzgerald, will head to the line.
Fitzgerald, one of only 3 seniors on this Pioneer team. We've become accustomed to seeing these guys like a Jordan Curry, Cedric Benton, guys that have been playing for many years. Now it's time for a re-rack of players that can join Drew Lauder out here on this this team.
Pioneer with the 6-1 advantage. Nearly an over and back there. A nice save by Yaklich.
Of course a nice play. That's a coach's son. Hetty.
Well, that shot off the mark for Saline.
These refs are letting these guys play. A little bit of contact and no quick whistles. I guess they want some scoring too.
Pioneer trying to work their offense. All right, well, whistle and a foul on Arico.
Yeah, Jacob Williams was making a very good, strong jump stop there, and Arico just got a little bit too much of the wrist.
Half a minute to go in the first quarter. And it looks like Pioneer's just going to back it out and go for the final shot. Now under 15 seconds.
Still no movement out of the Pioneer offense. They're just stagnant.
Now there's a screen and into the corner for 3 off the rim. Yaklich pulls it down, loses the handle, and that's going to run the final timeout in the first quarter. After 1 quarter of play, it's Pioneer 6 and Saline 1. We'll take a quick break and be right back with more action here on CTN Sports.
Catch up on FYI and other CTN programs at a2gov.org/watchctn.
What is CTN?
CTN? Isn't that the Commerce Telemarketing neighborhood or something?
CTN is Ann Arbor's community television network. We have provided free television production workshops and services to residents and nonprofit organizations since 1973. We also provide free programming about our community on cable channels 16, 17, 18, and 19. So, if you have an event coming up, are part of a nonprofit, or you simply just want to get creative, come on by. For more information, visit us at www.a2gov.org/CTN.
And we're back for the start of quarter number 2 here on CTN Sports. Now Pioneer with the 6-1 lead after 1 quarter of play. And it's not that the Hornets didn't have opportunities on offense, they just didn't make their shots.
Yeah, there were a couple drives there by Yaklik where he rushed his layups. There were some putbacks off of rebounds that, again, if the Hornets would just take their time, they would have been able to score a field goal.
Oh, might have been able to draw a foul or two in the process. Well, there's the inbound. And Brown went up for that. And we have a whistle and a foul on the Pioneers.
Well, I don't think there's a tougher character on the roster for the Hornets than number 0, Emmett Turner. He plays with a lot of energy and emotion. So for him to go up in between 2 Pioneers, that's not odd.
Trying to haul in that inbound pass, and we have another whistle. Another Pioneer foul. And I think it's just a matter of the Pioneers trying to fight through some of those Hornet screens, and they're getting called for the foul.
The frustration is where that defense for the Hornets, it permeates even the opponent's offense. And it comes in, and you see guys just play out of character.
There was a Rico on the drive. He's going to draw the foul and head to the line.
Man, if he could only did that last week, the Hornets may have came away with the win against the River Rats. You know, in that gym, he just couldn't see where the scoreboard was at.
It was just a matter of, could have gotten a lot closer and gotten a better shot off, but time was ticking down, and it was hard to see the clock, and had to take the shot.
And that's the play that the Hornets were working on all week. They executed it, got it down to the player they wanted to have, but unfortunately it just didn't work out for them.
Oh, Rico hits both of his free throws. And Saline closes it to a 3-point advantage for the Pioneers.
Hornets still looking for a field goal.
Well, ball down low to Pryor, but he's going to bring it back out top, and Pioneer will reset.
Well, that Pryor needs to get back to the meal table.
There's a turnaround jumper for Pryor, and he hits it.
Great defense there. Wow, there's an elbow. Yeah.
Yeah. Eric Wenning was swinging his arms and caught the Pioneer player, and he got called for the elbow foul.
Oh, that reaction out of Alex Cunningham from the Pioneers, that's fired up the crowd. Maybe it'll translate down to the offensive end.
Well, once again, Pioneer trying to work their offense and try and get past that zone defense that the Saline Hornets rely on so heavily.
And off the bench for the Hornets, Peter Jacobson. Now they're deploying a 3-guard offense.
There's a shot from Pryor, partially blocked, but he got hacked on the arm and drew the foul.
Fredrickson, one of the only bigs on the lineup that plays for the Hornets. He's 6'5". He's going to be matched up, you would assume, against Pryor all night.
First free throw rolls off the rim, no good.
Talking with Coach Merring about Pryor, he's one of those kids that has really shot up over the last 2 years. He's grown 6 inches, so he has guard tendencies, but now he has to get used to this big body.
Well, and then as time goes by, that big body will start to fill out too.
Yeah, and that's kind of what you see with a lot of players when they have those quick growth spurts. It just takes them some time to get used to that new length.
I know what that's like.
I don't. What year were you when you had that?
I was a sophomore. I went from 5'8" to 6'1" in 3 months.
Wow, that's amazing.
5 inches, 3 months, yeah.
Where you have pains in your knees and stuff, or?
Everywhere. You're growing overnight.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally. Oh, Pryor with the rebound and the quick movement up the floor. And now from three-point land, Cassine Pryor hits it.
And just like we were talking about, Pete, it wasn't a hesitation when Pryor gets the ball up top. I mean, he has a guard tendency, so he's right there shooting the ball right up.
Pioneer takes a 12-3 lead, and Jacob Bostic, the head coach for Saline, calls the timeout to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, and this is this type of game where they have to fight back. The Hornets are accustomed to this. You know, they're not a team that comes out and is going to light up the scoreboard in the beginning or the end. They're a methodical team. They're just going to keep it slowly but surely. So, yeah, it's a 11-point game now or 9-point game now. Let me get some addition going on. But at the same token, it's only a couple possessions. And that defense brings the Hornets back into a lot of contests.
Well, a bit of a press by the Pioneers, trying to say to the Hornets, hey, we can play defense too. There's a three-pointer from the corner. That's off the mark. Pryor with the board. Another three-pointer on the way from Pryor. That one is off the mark. Offensive rebound by Fitzgerald, picked up off the floor. Now drive of the baseline, kicked out top. And Fitzgerald with the jumper from the elbow. That is no good. Tarek pulled that rebound down. He hits the deck, and we have a whistle. Going to be a Pioneer foul.
And Coach Marin has to be happy and pleased with the way his boys are playing right now. You know, these guys, since that first bucket about two possessions back, forced Coach Fozick into a timeout. The Pioneers are playing with a lot of good energy and momentum right now.
And Tarek misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Rebounded by Pioneer, and they're pushing it up the floor.
The Hornets really have to set up a play when they get possession of the ball. This is getting into scary territory where you don't have a field goal yet, and you're on this almost the second half of the second quarter.
Whistle on the floor. Emmett Turner with the foul.
Turner's giving up at least 4 inches to Pryor down in the paint, but he has him in size, if you know what I mean. I mean, those, look at little elbows coming out here. There you go.
There's a jumper from Pryor. It's short. Oh, Yaklich with it. He throws it up off the glass and good, and draws the foul.
Well, we were just talking, Pete. They needed to get a bucket, and why not go to your best scorer Griffin Yaklik. If his nickname is going to be Lightning, they need some strikes right now.
Well, Yaklich with the opportunity to complete the three-point play. And he does. So he not only gets the first field goal for the Hornets, he gets an extra bucket to throw in there to make it a three-point play.
And cut this deficit right in half.
Oh, 4:20 to play here in the half. Pioneer with the 12-6 lead and the ball.
Look at all those long arms in the passing lane for the Hornets.
Oh, that pass kind of tried to force it into Fitzgerald there. He was bracketed by two Saline players.
And they tried to, the Hornets were baiting him into that pass.
Well, Tarek into the corner. Now back out top to Turner. He's going to
Good
drive
move.
the lane, throw up a wild shot. Off the rim, no good. Picked up off the floor by Fitzgerald. And Pioneer will head back the other way. Now there's an unforced turnover by Pioneer. Yaklich back the other way. He'll throw it up. And the shot is no good, but he will draw the foul as he hits the deck.
Yeah, Jack Fitzgerald came in late, and you can see Yaklich came down. He'll be fine, folks. That's a young guy that's not going to come out of this game. You see him limping a little bit, but that breakaway there, Pete, that's one I think that Fitzgerald should have allowed just to go in. I know that the Hornets are, trailing in the game, but you don't want them to do this. Hit the foul shots and set up a defense. You want the pace, going is what
Absolutely.
I'm at.
Oh, Yaklich hits the first free throw. Now the second one is off the mark. 5-point advantage for the Pioneers. Under 3.5 minutes to play in the half.
Hornets change their defense up now. It looks like they're in a matchup, man. This is where the Pioneers have to attack. Getting used to that big body, right?
Offensive foul on Pryor, looks like. Saline with an opportunity to cut it to the advantage to 3.
This is the offense they don't want, though, where they have Yaklich handling the ball the entire time. The offense really moved when he went to one of the players that actually went out. It was
Tarek.
Was it Tarek? Yeah, Connor Tarek. That was actually Jacobson, the one I was saying that was handling the ball. With him being out, now the primary ball handler goes back to Yaklich.
Well, on that possession, he was the only one that handled the ball. Finally just threw up a three-pointer.
Yeah.
Which was probably not exactly what Fosdick was looking for.
Not at all, and that's probably what finds your way to the bench sometimes, right?
Absolutely. Well, young guys got to learn, right? Pioneer with the three-pointer. That's Williams. It's short. Yeah, we're whistling a foul. This is going to be on Saline.
If I'm Pioneer, I'm just trying to force feed the ball into Pryor right now. He came in off the bench, Pete, and he eventually, broke the ice as far as scoring, and he's a guy that it doesn't seem like there's a good matchup on the Hornets side for him.
Now Thomas called for a traveling.
The Pioneers
turnover for the Pioneers.
I'm sorry about that. They've been stuck on 12 for the past 4 minutes. And the Hornets, again, they lull you to sleep with their defense and they suffocate you into thinking that, I'm in this game.
There's a Rico with a long three-pointer. That's off the mark.
What
Saved
a play.
by Saline. Down underneath for Tarek. He goes up with the shot. It's blocked. out of bounds off a Saline Hornet. What a nice defensive play there, and the Pioneer will have the basketball.
Tarek is going to watch a replay of this game and question why he didn't just go straight up with that. I mean, he had an open layup. He would have drawn contact. That's something where you don't need a pump fake. There's not really a bunch of shot blockers on the Pioneer team.
Williams with it for Pioneer, trying to get it down low to Pryor, and he hits the baseline shot.
Hey, he doesn't hesitate either, Pete. He's quick with that release, and he's so tall that nobody is going to get up and block that shot.
Under a minute to go here in the first half. There's a steal. Pryor with it. He takes the quick shot and hits it. Nothing but net for Cassine Pryor.
What a coming out party on CTN's Game of the Week for Cassine Pryor.
Now Pioneer advantage up to 9. Yaklik on the drive. Shot no good. He'll withdraw the foul.
Well, and Cassine Pryor single-handedly is beating the Hornets right now. He's outscoring them 11-7. I mean, this kid's come in, didn't start, comes in, and he was instant offense since he's been on the court for Coach Marion.
Yaklich hits the first one. Next one on the way, and that one is good as well. Seven-point advantage for Pioneer. And it looks like they are going to hold it for the final shot of the first half.
Well, keep an eye on Pryor. He's been shooting from every angle, so no matter where he gets the ball, I'm sure he is not going to pass it.
Near turnover there by the Pioneers.
Oh, what a pass.
5 seconds. Pryor in the corner, and he hits the three. Long shot by Arico, no good.
Wow.
And the Pioneers will head to the half, up 19-9, led by Cassine Pryor's 14 points. We're going to take a break and be back with second half action right here on CTN Sports.
Did you know that CTN welcomes the members of the Ann Arbor City Council to Ward Talk?
What is the interest of the community? What is the turnout?
On the third Wednesday of every month, a different representative from one of the city's 5 wards joins us in the studio to discuss matters important to the people and government of Ann Arbor.
The push to educate the community about the importance of this, it's not to be punitive at all. It's a really good thing.
Remember to join us for a new episode every third Wednesday of the month. We want to hear from you. Email us at ctn@a2gov.org. Attention, Ward Talk. You can also follow CTN and ask questions on Twitter at twitter.com/CTN in Arbor. We will make sure to include your questions.
Submit your questions for the next episode of Ward Talk by emailing ctn@a2gov.org or visiting our Twitter page at CTN Ann Arbor.
Let me ask you a question. What do you value? How about access to your child's education, their football game, their swim meet, their high school musical, their academic future? Does that matter? What about your access to your government, your police, fire, and public safety, parks and recreation activities, state and local officials, the folks you elect to make decisions for your community? Is that worth anything to you? What about your rights, freedom of speech, to communicate your message, to let your voice be heard? That's got to count for something, right? So let me ask you again, what do you value? How about public, educational, and government access television? It belongs to you. Let's keep it that way.
And welcome back to CTN Sports Game of the Week. Pioneers taking on the visiting Saline Hornets, and Pioneer fueled by 14 points from their big man, Cassine Pryor, have the 10-point lead over the Hornets at the half. We'll see if the and Saline with what, one field goal, Kevin?
One field goal. Everything else on the free throw line. A lot of missed putbacks, a lot of missed easy shots, I think. Was probably the conversation that Jake Fosdick had with his team at that halftime. And for them to get back into this game, it's pretty simple. It can't only be defense.
So we'll see if the Hornets can get back into this game, down 10 points. Pioneer will begin the second half with the possession.
And how is Pryor not out here, Coach Marion? I mean, that was your guy.
Looks like Pryor is over there on the bench working the iPad.
Yeah, maybe he's checking out that last shot he hit. I mean,
maybe he's admiring that last shot he hit.
I think he overheard us say that we didn't have replay. And so he wanted to keep it in his mind as before he gets back out there in the second half. See, now he watched it. He was like, okay, I'm good.
Oh, Pryor will come into the game after at the next break. Pioneer still working the offense. Now Williams handling for the Pioneers. Looking to drive, trying to bounce pass. And again, the Hornets getting into the passing lanes, nearly got the steal. And there's a whistle on the floor. Looks like Connor Terrick will pick up the foul for the Saline Hornets.
Yeah, Jacob Williams was really close inside. That was a difficult pass. You're wondering why he didn't try to go up and at least attempt a shot.
Almost a little too close.
Yeah, I mean, you call it that coffin pass, the handoff pass, but the offense player wasn't even ready for it either.
Pryor got the inbound. He put the shot up. It was no good off the rim. Looked like he was kind of looking for a little bit of a whistle from the referees, but didn't get it.
Yeah, he's smart. You can see him. He keeps slapping at his nose. I think he caught an elbow or something.
No, Williams picks up the foul for Pioneer. Derek will inbound it to Arico. Arico is going to drive it, scoop it, and can't get it to roll in. Pryor with the board.
And Hornets are taking some very poor angles at the basket. That last shot there, if Arico, as opposed to avoiding the contact, appreciates the contact, he may even get a foul and one, but he can't continue to shoot that angle.
Oh, Pryor on the baseline. And he's surrounded by Terrick and Yaklik. And Griffin Yaklich will pick up the foul.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if there was a lot of contact there, but Pryor is so thin, and and rail thin. Let's just go there. Any kind of motion by him, it causes him to kind of react like there was a foul.
Well, anytime he gets the ball, the Hornets are going to have to collapse on him and draw the defense to him, and he's going to get fouled. And Pioneer hitting the three-pointer. And Turner down the floor again.
Missed layup.
Just another missed layup, just rolling off the rim. Just not the Hornets' night tonight.
Yeah, and it continually, their defense it usually translates to quality offensive possessions. That's been out the window today for the Hornets.
Williams trying to cross over. It doesn't do it. He'll hand it off to Van Rentgen.
And
now
both
Williams
coaches
will back it out.
Sorry about that, Pete. Both coaches are screaming out. One's calling their offense, the other's calling their defense. Let's see who wins this one.
Now there's a bounce pass by Williams into Pryor, but he gets collapsed on and has to kick it back outside.
And the Pioneers, I was just going to say, they're not passing the ball well. And they're either a low pass or an errant pass, but if they can clean that up, they will get more shots off against this defense.
Williams has been living on that bounce pass, and Hornets have been recognizing that and getting into the lane. Well, Turner with the shot, that's off the mark, no good.
Man, if we have a shot chart where all of the shots are coming from, the Hornets are inside the paint. They have to capitalize when they get down there.
There's Pryor's three-pointer off the mark.
Pryor hasn't seen a shot he hasn't liked. This guy shoots.
Now there's a nice steal. Alex Cunningham with the steal and the score. Yeah, Pioneers lead it 24-9. 4:20 to go here in quarter number 3. And there's another unforced turnover by the Hornets. And it'll be Pioneer ball, and we have a timeout on the floor. I think Jacob Bostic has seen enough again for this third quarter and has called another timeout.
Yeah, he's probably going to be loosening that tie up real soon. You mentioned it, Pete. He didn't have the jacket on to start the game, and it's a cold night out, so I'm sure that he needs to be layered up over there. But depending on what he's saying inside that huddle, I'm sure he's warm. Pioneer really not missing Drew Lauder either. This is our first opportunity to see Kasim Pryor, and he's all that and then some.
Absolutely. Make sure you check it out on our social media access on YouTube and Facebook.
I know
always
Kasim
watch
Pryor.
replays there on YouTube, and wonderful high definition.
Nah, we can
Crystal
do better
clear.
than wonderful. Crystal clear. We can do better than that.
Can we?
What would you call it, Pete?
Scintillating.
Nice. Now, if I ever hear that in the street, scintillating, I hope they're sending in the royalties. If not, I got your back, man. I might not pay you, but I'll keep
You'll collect it.
I'll collect it.
You always got my back.
That's it.
That's why we make a great team.
That's it, brother. All right, let's count it to see if this guy passes. Nope. Oh!
Well, traveling on Pryor. He's objecting to the referee about having not moved his pivot foot. Oh, Hornet ball. Yaklich will like to start the offense. He gets the screen from Tarek.
Good
And
job.
he hits the deck. Draws the foul.
I like the play there by Yaklich. He waited, he paused, gave him a little herky-jerky move, and created the contact.
Well, Cunningham picks up the foul for the Pioneers. Rico hands it off to Tarek, and another traveling call, this time on Trevor Arico, and the Pioneers will get the ball back.
This is a good sub. I like this coming in right now. You got Pete Jacobson coming back in off the bench. This will allow Yaklick, Griffin, not to handle the ball. And when Griffin is able to run off the screens, he's a more deadly scorer.
Tried to run the pick and roll. That's off of Pryor, out of bounds. And Saline will get the ball. A little bit of a different play there for Christine Pryor as they tried to run that pick and roll.
Yeah, I mean, but again, keeping him involved in the offense is all what Coach Marion wants to happen. See, here we go now. Now you get the ball out of Yaklick's hands. Let's see if he's able to create some more scoring opportunities for himself.
All right. Yaklick turns the ball over, picked up by Fitzgerald. And Pioneer back the other way.
Pryor really wanted that one. He was licking his chops. That was one that he thought that he had a clean lane. And we might have been seeing him go upstairs and throwing it down, young man.
Climbing the ladder.
That's it. And he doesn't have that high to climb.
Now Pioneer will inbound right in front of their bench. They get it to Williams.
Interested to see how Williams responds after that long conversation on the bench with Coach Marion.
Nice turnaround jumper from Cassine Pryor. Now press from Pioneer. And they lift it now as Yaklick brings it up the floor.
Could have called a walk there.
Oh, Turner with the shot off the glass.
I want to check that, Pete. Is he left-handed? Because he did shoot it left-handed. If not, it's just a smart play.
Oh, another field goal for the Hornets, and they are scarce as hen's teeth tonight.
Huh?
That's an old farm saying.
Oh.
I figured the Hornets would like that.
Bada boom. What's the next show, sir? Not going to be welcomed in the old township of Saline anymore.
Kobe Moore hits the first free throw.
Coach Vozick, he's just bringing guys in now. He's looking for a combination to again, this is his team that only has 2 field goals on the night.
Like I said, they're scarce.
They are very scarce. I mean, that's just a guy right now that is just not too happy.
I'm surprised that tie hasn't gone flying yet.
Oh, it's coming. You can see that he's yanking, he's pulling it. Yeah, he's not going to look the same as when he left his house. Let's just say that. And now he needs some a discussion with the official about the last play. That's like almost like a face of a beggar. He's asking for something. Help a brother out.
Pioneer went down. Quick shot from the baseline is off the mark. Fight for the rebound. And Turner will come down with it. There's a drive by Rico. He stops, gets the contact, misses the shot, and he will head to the line.
That's a lot of contact there. It's a good move and a good. Now that's where you use the pump fake. You'll draw. You know that the defender is trailing you. Give him a little head and shoulders fake. Create that contact.
And free throw is off the front of the rim. No good.
Again, it's just a good, courageous effort by Rico to even be out here battling the flu all week long.
It's the second free throw. Pioneer with the 28-12 advantage. 1:40 to play here in the third quarter.
Now you wonder where the offense is going to come from with Pryor taking a rest.
Oh, Van Rentgen out at the perimeter. Nearly loses the handle. Gets it back to Fitzgerald.
And this totally makes sense, Pete, without Drew Lauder out on the court, the quarterback for the Pioneers, really to direct traffic.
A nice jump stop by Van Rentgen, but he can't put it in, even with the putback, and Saline will come back down the floor with it. Oh, Rico loses the handle. And it looks like Kobe Moore is going to pick up the foul.
I thought that was just a very good tackle. Because he actually had the audacity to look over at the official and say, really? You called that? Maybe he's in acting class later.
Monday.
Kobe Moore. So again, it's tough for Yaklik to get involved in scoring when he's just only handling the ball and he doesn't have any screens.
Oh, Rico looking to drive it, forces it up, no good. Turner with the offensive board and putback. And Turner with 2 field goals tonight,
leading
which is
the
double
team.
the number of everyone else on the team.
That's incredible. But the thing about Turner is he's really the only inside presence this team has.
There's a scoop and drive and the score by Van Rentgen. And we have a timeout on the floor. And Pioneer takes that 30-14 lead with the free throw on tap. And the Pioneers are just starting to slowly pull away from the Hornets.
Yeah, right now you can see where Saline has had a very difficult year. Yeah, good record, 9-4 coming in. But, when they've come up to Ann Arbor, they lost the skyline. They come back up last week, lose to the River Rats. Man, 3 times is not the charm for the Hornets right now, because the mojo and the momentum is totally on the Pioneer side.
Oh, not looking good for the Hornets right now.
I mean, even if you just want to go with Kasim Pryor is outscoring the entire team. Outside of that, there's really not too many other storylines to talk about. This guy's come out and really shown, he's shown people that he's going to be a force to reckon with on the offensive end. Now, right now, we haven't seen him swatting shots or grabbing any powerful rebounds, but if he can do this and the Pioneers can get Drew Lauder back in a couple weeks, possibly when they face off against the highest ranked team in the area, Skyline, this season has a lot of legs for Coach Marion then.
Absolutely, and they can get on a roll come March Madness.
It's a great time to catch fire.
Well, beginning of the fourth quarter here. CTN Sports Game of the Week. There's a shot off the mark by Turner, and put back by Turner, no good. He's fighting for the rebound.
Turner's a guy I would always want on my team. If you're playing pickup ball, he's like the second guy. Not that first scoring guy, but he's a presence on your squad. He's going to go play some great defense. He's going to go grab and scrap for rebounds. This has got to be a 10-second call, right?
And you got to have a guy on your team that's got really good hair.
Really good hair? And that's a Rico.
Emmett Turner.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I wouldn't have picked him for his hairdo.
Well, I'm in no position to challenge anybody's hairdo.
Everybody
who has hair looks good to me. So
I wear hats.
Same here.
Yeah. But for the Hornets, you got to like the way that there's never a quit inside any of their players. And that's something, if you're a coach, you always like to have. That's something you don't even have to coach. That picture just threw me off, man.
Is a guy saying hi to his mom?
I don't know.
But it happens all the time.
Yeah, but our camera guys are on the other side of the court. For him to notice and have an eagle eye on that lens that far away, that was pretty good. And, I'm trying to do my job over here, trying to break it down. And I look over at our screen. I'm like, hi.
Well, the Pioneer student section having a good time here tonight. The Pioneers with the big 16-point advantage, leading 30-14 here in the fourth quarter. And it's going to take some really big offensive effort for the Hornets to get back in this game.
Yeah, the flip side, the Pioneers have been playing a pretty good game. Not a lot of turnovers. They're not buying into the Hornets' defense, and they're really following up shots and getting to the line. They're being successful on the offensive side.
Well, they got to be happy with that, given that their floor leader, Drew Lauder, is not here tonight, being injured, not being able to play.
Drew right there on the bench, right behind Coach Marion with the big bow tie. Right now, if I'm the Hornets, I'm just trying to get any kind of shot up. Right now, you can't be patient. You got to get multiple shots up, and hopefully you're making it or getting a rebound.
There's a shot off the glass and good.
This is where they need their defense.
Now quickly down the floor. Rico, whether he's going to kick it back to Turner into the corner for the three-pointer, off the mark, no good, rebounded by Pryor.
That would have been a momentum changer right there because all night the Hornets haven't hit back-to-back possession buckets.
No, Pryor with the ball, puts it on the deck, tries to spin move. And now Williams will back it out, back between the rings.
And this is right now where you might even see some players that haven't even gotten in the floor to get some type of varsity experience against a great team.
That was Drew Allen, Pioneer sophomore, with the last shot.
Now, if you're the Hornets, you're going to have to get in some passing lanes. You can't just sit back in this man defense. You're going to have to do some traps.
Well, Pioneer backing it out, playing it patient on offense, which they can afford to do up 16.
Yeah,
5 minutes to go here in the fourth.
Coach Marion just signaled in to just rotate the ball around, guys. Rotate the ball.
On the way from Fitzgerald, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Yaklich. Now 3-pointer on the way from Fredrickson, and that's good. Ethan Fredrickson with the 3-pointer for Saline. Now Hornets kind of came out and did a little show on the press. And we have a whistle on the floor. And we have an offensive foul. And the Hornets get the ball back.
Hey, let's not start throwing dirt on these young boys yet from the Saline. This will be a timeout bucket if Saline scores this trip up. I guarantee it from Coach Marion.
Oh, Yaklich dribbles it off his foot. Battle on the floor for it.
That's good to see. Good sportsmanship by both guys. You can play aggressive. Now you realize that the play is over. Play is over, guys. Good job.
Pioneer calls a timeout.
And that's that timeout I was just alluding to, Pete. They need to regroup, and you can see Coach Marion barking at his team that this game is not over, that they need to get their act together and not get so loosey-goosey with that ball. You need to control the possession and have Saline take this game from you. Don't give it to them. You know Coach Marion wants to win. He's from Saline, so always like to go up against your old hometown school, right?
That's right. Well, Pioneer will inbound here on the near sideline. Cunningham gets it into Williams, and Williams will bring it up the floor. Hounded by Rico.
Just a couple good possessions by the Pioneers, and they can ice this one. But if they get too careless with the ball, about to say like that, the Hornets, they're primed right now, and they're feeling good about where they're at.
Well, knocked out of bounds by Saline. Pioneer will keep the possession. Another foul on the Hornets.
Wow, that was, I mean, even Rico's talking to Williams like, I didn't foul you. I mean, that was the quintessential touch call.
Now 3:55 to play here in the fourth quarter.
Where's been Kasim Pryor?
There's a drive by Williams. We have a whistle before the shot.
No, I don't think they called that on the outside and on the drive.
Rico gets called for the foul, his third.
Well, he's playing the primary ball handler, and right now those fouls don't matter. He needs to try to do all he can to get possession of the ball. Foul out, guess what? Somebody else has to come in.
Cunningham will inbound underneath the basket. Gets it to Pryor, and he rattles it home.
This kid's a scoring machine.
Rico loses the handle, but picked up on the floor by Wenning. He drives the lane, doesn't get the shot, but he draws the foul.
And again, if Wenning goes up with this left hand, he has a better angle and opportunity of making that bucket. For him to shoot that with his right hand across his body, it's just a tough shot.
Wenning hits the first free throw. And welcome Saline Hornets to the 20-point mark.
Fourth quarter, huh? Well, after only scoring 1 point in the first quarter, they're on fire.
misses the second. Rebounded by Pryor. And Saline will press.
Is that on a, wow.
And that referee seems to have Trevor Rico's number.
He's not even hesitating blowing that whistle, so you might want to think that there had been some words between those two at some point, because usually an official, it gives you a little bit of leeway, especially if you're trailing in a game.
Rico picks up his 4th foul, and he will take a seat on the bench. Williams hits the first one on the one and one, and that ball decided to take a little time before it went through the hoop.
It touched every part of the rim, and you can see Rico there on the sideline. A quick shot of him, and he's definitely not happy with, I bet, his play, and definitely not the calls he's gotten the last 2 trips up the court.
Well, Pioneer with a bit of a press. Hornets break it, get it over the timeline. Now Yaklich has it at the baseline. He loses the handle again, turns it over. Williams down the floor. Can't get it to go. Pryor with the follow dunk, but that's just for show, as the foul was called on Jacob Williams before all of that.
Well, it got those young guys jumping up and down, didn't it? And it wasn't the foul that got them going. It was that putback by young Kasim Pryor. I want to see out of Yaklich, though, a little bit more aggressiveness on the offensive end. He's a very good scorer. We've seen a lot out of him. He's young, though, and as he progresses through playing with the Hornets, I'm sure he's going to know that this is my time, and that's something with age hopefully he grows into.
Well, I think he's been a little bit over-aggressive with the handle of the ball and has turned it over unforced a few times tonight, and that's just something that he'll get better at with age.
Yeah, I agree, and it's probably taken away from his shooting ability. They gave him a little extra step there.
There's a putback by Turner, and then Saline calls the quick timeout. 2 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the game. Saline down 15, and Jacob Fosdick wants to teach a lesson here.
Teach a lesson or change up the strategy. It would be interesting, Pete, if he made this a free throw shooting contest. You know, his team needs points. They're playing against more of the clock than they are playing against their opponent down by 15. So why not try something different? What has led you to this point is trying to play solid defense, but there's no answer slowing down Kasim Pryor. He's too big, he's too long, and he's too offensive focused for them to handle right now. So why not foul somebody else and try to put them on the line and play a possession game? It's wild, but at this stage of the game, it's just probably something that's only thing left in the wheelhouse that you hadn't tried, right?
Well, other than just going wild with cranking up three-pointers, which is not a real safe strategy play.
And they're going to do that as well anyway. You know, they're going to be shooting, but I'm just trying to not have Pioneer run that clock down on the offensive end.
So we will see what the strategy is coming out from the timeout for both of these teams. Saline with the full court press. Nearly gets a turnover, but there's a whistle and a foul called.
And you saw a lot more aggressive hands by the Hornets on that possession. So not that it was an all-out, hey, let's just foul somebody, but again, it was pressure, and I'm sure if they didn't cause the 10-second call, we would have seen a foul in the front court from the Hornets.
Well, that's going to send Fitzgerald to the free throw line.
And this is the last 1-and-1.
He hits the first, so he earns the second free throw.
Well, and Jack's been around for a couple of years on the varsity team, so that's probably not the most wise foul because he's the senior, right?
He gets the second one to go as well. Pioneer with some pressure defensively. trying to make it hard for the Hornets to get it up the floor.
Doing a good job of it.
Rico draws the foul as he started his drive.
That aggressive play out of Rico is what I've been talking about out of Yaklik. You know, Yaklik is such a all-around player. He's trying to find other players that are open. Rico, he's a scorer. He has that mentality that I got the ball, it's time for me to do what I do best.
Now Rico missed the front end of that 1-and-1. And they had Williams trapped in the corner there. And Williams called timeout. That was a heady play.
Yeah, and he had help. But when you're next to your own bench, that's why coaches do that. They want the offensive end on the second half by them, so there are an extra couple ears and eyes to help out the players on the floor. But again, that was not the position that Williams needs to dribble in. He's in a coffee corner over there. He had the timeline to his back, the baseline or the sideline next to him, and two Saline Hornet defenders. That's just not a pretty spot to be in. Hey, see now, that's a very good announcer. We've done games across this town, and John Turner over there on the mic for the PA announcer, longtime PA announcer for the Pioneer Athletics. He just helped out the announcers by saying 2 timeouts on both sides. Love it.
Always nice to get extra information. There's Pioneer trapped in the corner again. This time Fitzgerald. And another whistle from the referees.
And again, Fitzgerald just dropped 2, so he's probably a little bit more in the rhythm, right?
Nice jinx, Kevin.
I was wondering if it still worked, have to dust it off every now and again.
Fitzgerald misses the first one. Gets the second one to go.
That's because I didn't say anything.
And the Pioneers get it to 40.
Well, that's the first time actually in about 3 weeks that the Hornets have given up 40 points.
That was a drive down the lane from Wenning. Shot no good. Well, we have a whistle, and he would head to the line for 2.
Well, I tell you again, if the Hornets, he was driving in a straight line, and if Wenning could just change his angle just a little bit, he would improve his opportunity of hitting a bucket. I mean, basically he was just giving his body up for the foul on that drive like that because he had no opportunity of making that shot.
Right, he kind of curved around the paint area.
Yeah, and there was no even English to come off of the backboard. Turner, if somebody's falling down, just call the foul on Turner. Was it on Turner? Oh, Pryor.
Oh, Wenning splits the pair. And then Pryor called for the foul after the free throw. And Emmett Turner at the line. It's the first one.
Well, Saline is just, killing it tonight from the foul line. It only counts as 1, though. So
it's the second one. And the Hornets set up in the press again. Trying to force the turnover. Nearly do there.
Now you play for 10-second calls, guys. No foul. Didn't get it.
Pioneers get it over the line. That ball out of bounds. It'll stay Pioneer ball.
Saline plays so many of their contests this year from behind in the second half. I think they're a little bit too accustomed to that style because the fourth quarter, they're playing with so much more energy. That was needed earlier in this game.
Now saved by Fitzgerald. Another whistle and a stop and play. And a foul was called. And that'll send Jacob Williams to the line. Oh, 1:46 to go here in the game. Jacob Williams, this is the first free throw. And you were right, Kevin. Coming out of that timeout, this is basically the game that Saline has played.
Slow it up.
Slow it down, extend the clock, press the ball, and foul.
Only part of that strategy that I didn't factor in was made free throws. See what I mean? There, you want to see Yaklik go as a shot.
Yeah, Wenning throws up the three-pointer and puts it in.
And again, they are extending this game. I mean, they're fortunate for the Pioneers. They've worked on their foul shots, and they're hitting these foul shots.
Oh, Wenning's three-pointer closes it to a 13-point advantage for the Pioneers with 90 seconds to go in the game.
And this has basically been about a 10-point game for the, I would say, all second half, maybe even almost a little bit of that second quarter when Pryor hitting that big three-pointer to end the first quarter halftime was just a big momentum in that second quarter.
Hit that three-pointer at the end of the half. And Pioneer has had a lead as big as 18 in the second half, but Saline putting the ball in the bucket and creeping back in, making it just a 13-point game right now.
Yeah, they just need to bottle this one up and try to, come out earlier in their next game and to not allow themselves to be trying to dig themselves out of a hole. But when you only have, one field goal and a half, it's difficult to stay in a game on a varsity level. It really is.
Oh, Van Rennerum gets it over the line. Stolen. That was Wenning on the steal for Saline. There's a three-pointer on the way from Yaklich, and it's good.
10-point game.
And it's under 10.
Yeah, but again, you wait so long to start shooting and playing all of this defense. Your crowd is left. I mean, Coach Fozick has to be, going crazy because he knows he has a talented bunch of guys. They're a young team, though. These are those games that next year and the year after that, when you have seniors out here, all of this sophomore experience is going to really pay dividends.
Well, they are definitely going to have to get off to better starts in their games.
Yeah, I mean, they have the formula, man. Great defense. They don't turn the ball over, but on the offensive end, I think they just are a little bit too patient.
Van Rennerum hits the first free throw.
Still love the fight out of the Hornets, though. That's something that you have to be proud of if you're Coach Fozick.
Gets the second one as well. A 12-point lead for the Pioneers. A long three-pointer on the way, and it's off the back of the heel. Rebounded by Pioneer.
Uh-oh.
Looked like Williams was going to try and alley-oop that to Pryor, but just not a very good pass.
Pryor gave him the finger up at the rim, and he was like, hey, toss it up there. I'll go grab it. And fortunate for the Hornets, they got a hand on that before it got home because he was about to throw it down, young man.
Oh, Pioneer will inbound. Pryor gets the inbound pass. He's being defended by two players. And Pryor hits the deck, gets an elbow from Turner.
You saw a little bit of everything on that play there. And what I mean is, the Hornets were aggressive on the defense, but that's where you want to see Pryor be a little bit more strong. I mean, he got pushed, he got hit, but like you were saying earlier, if he faces off against a guy that is as tall as he is, it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, see how he would be challenged with a player of equal stature.
know one thing about this guy. He's good on the offensive end.
He gets both free throws to go. Under a minute to go here in the game.
Bye-bye dunk.
There's a steal from Pryor. And Pryor throws it down. But I think we have a whistle before all that.
Yeah, he double dribbled the ball. He grabbed it, he dropped it down, and then he picked it up again. Oh, and now we got it. He's gone. Winning just got hit with 2 technicals. I think he's been ejected as well. Can't lose your composure this late in the game, and that's what Coach Fosdick is saying. It had to be some words.
Yeah, Wenning must have said the magic word to the referee.
Yeah.
Because he was pretty quick with that technical.
Oh, yeah. And again, I thought he teed him up twice. It looked like he teed him up, and maybe he was just pointing at him again. But now he's pointing at him, and I think they're going to ask him to leave the floor. Right now, the coaches are trying to find out what's going on, and there goes the substitution. And I think there was a double technical, and this could be not a double technical. I think he got ejected, and that could be really, because he might have to sit out the first half of the next game from getting the ejection in this. So that's horrible for the Hornets next game.
Well, Wenning sitting down on the bench. Well, he does not have to leave the floor. Oh, Pryor hits both of the techs.
Well, you know what's on Pryor's mind. He wants to throw one down, so let's see. Pryor is having conversations with fans in the stands. He's turning this into his house, you know.
The only ones he hasn't talked to are you and I.
We might have to fix that at the end of this contest. I want to know what's in this young man's DNA that he comes off the bench and then he just explodes.
Pryor hits the pair.
Good stroke from a guy that big, too. I have him for 25, but I'm not sure if that is correct. He may even have more. Yeah, unofficial. But he's only 6 points away from outscoring the Hornets.
Well, Arrigo with a three-pointer off the mark, no good. It just has not been his night tonight from the three-point line.
Yes, but as a scorer, you never see a shot that you don't like. I like his attitude as well.
Well, foul on Saline, and Pioneer will head down to the other end of the floor.
Been a very long fourth quarter, you said. This last 3 minutes, they've really, when they went to that timeout and Coach Fosdick employed this kind of style, it's really stretched the game out.
I need to shave. 14 seconds to go in the game. Cunningham hits the free throw, and the Pioneers get it to 50. Second one on the way is good as well.
And that will do it.
A long three-pointer on the way is way off the mark.
Guess he stepped on the foul line there.
Yeah, Cherrick tried to save it but couldn't. Well, Pioneer will get it in, and that will do it for the game. Pioneer comes away with that big 51-31 victory over the visiting Saline Hornets. We're going to take a quick break and be back with more right here on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
And welcome back to the CTN Sports Game of the Week, and I'm joined with, Mr. Pryor. Yeah, I got to call you Mister after a game like that. 25 points coming off the bench. What kind of win does this mean to your team and yourself?
It means a lot. It was a great win. Last time was a tough game at their house. We came here, we took care of business tonight.
You seem like you were looking to kind of throw some extra, pepper and throw one down there at the end. Was that on your mind?
Yeah, definitely. I've been trying to get that the whole game, get the crowd going. Leave with a good taste in their mouth.
All right, now you guys had a great home win, and you're beating a team, SEC Red team. What do you think this win can do for the rest of your season?
Man, hopefully this will get our momentum going. Been on a losing streak for a little bit, so hopefully this will get us going farther into the season.
Well, we hope to see you again here on the CTN Game of the Week, our player of the game. Now back to you, Pete.
Thanks, Kevin and Cassine Pryor, for that post-game interview. I'd like to thank all the people that make this production possible. Our director, Rob Cross. Audio by Jill Andrews, and she handled the graphics as well. Our camera people, Gage Shaughnessy and Phil Booz. And for Kevin Bryant, this is Pete Porter. Once again, the final from Pioneer was Pioneers 51 and the Saline Hornets 31 here on CTN Sports.